Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Martin Dreyfus Show, and welcome back to continued coverage of the Russian-Ukraine crisis. I believe I want to give the Russians a little more credit for their protests, so without any further ado, let's look at a live or semi-live look of what these protests have looked like.
Outside Ukraine's shattered embassy in Moscow, police and a few mournful flowers in solidarity. This woman, though, with placards saying "One people, one fatherland," is all for the war. Do you think it is okay for Russia to bomb Kiev and Kharkiv?
Никто Киев и Харьков не бомбит, не надо врать.
That news
Is that really the propaganda they're giving to their... Wow.
This is not shown on the state channels, but these two saw it on Instagram and they hate it.
A lot of people think that it's really terrible. All of us aren't agree with this situation.
И все эти годы
Russia's foreign minister met today with representatives of the separatist republics, repeating Vladimir Putin's extraordinary logic that by invading Ukraine he means to set its people free.
он подтвердил еще раз,
He confirmed it again that we want Ukrainian people to be independent and have a government representing their diversity, have a freedom to not be under full external control of those who encourage neo-Nazism, the genocide of Russians, and using Ukraine as an instrument to suppress Russia.
причем внешнему управлению.
Sky News asked the foreign ministry
They're good, but based on what we've seen, that is a hunk of crap.
if President Putin was in his right mind.
Есть ли у нас Sky News?
Britain's Defence Secretary has said that Vladimir Putin has gone full tonto, that is English slang for completely mad.
It's surprising that such evaluations are given by Defense Minister of the UK regarding authorities of a different state. I think he could have thought up of similar adjectives. Thinking of British Prime Minister, if we talk about personal judgment.
That translator was terrible. That was the worst translation. Oh,
As evening falls, police prepare for another possible night of protests, because not everyone by a long way supports what their government is doing.
I feel myself being ashamed
right to jail.
for being Russian. We're all gonna burn in hell for that what we're doing.
I hope.
Oh my goodness.
That broke my heart.
That just
That really
broke my heart too. He said we're all gonna burn in hell because of
For
this.
Putin.
And they aren't even
They're not the reason
about
this is
it.
happening.
Wow, that's
And
a...
he's believing. Oh man.
Ukrainians will be.
I almost want to cry.
They will forgive us someday, because now first time I feel the shame that I'm a citizen of Russian.
That is so fucking sad.
To be ashamed of your own country, to beg for
To
the
be
forgiveness of
ashamed
the world.
To believe you're gonna burn in hell for something you didn't have any part of.
This guy's begging. Like, I hope, I wouldn't blame you if you don't, but I hope the world can forgive us. I please want to remind the world of World War I and why World War II started. Please go research the Versailles Treaty. Please go research what sanctions were implemented on Germany. And please understand fully why Hitler truly did come into power. And kind of just watch what's going on in Russia, because this is fucking terrifying.
Federation.
Facebook now is being restricted, and we'll see which social media platforms are squeezed next. Feels a little like a rerun of the protests against Alexei Navalny's imprisonment, all of which ended up with thousands of people across the country detained, put in the back of police vans, as happened yesterday in more than 50 cities across Russia. People coming out against the war and promptly being arrested.
That's insanely sad. I think that video did an excellent job of highlighting how the Russians feel. I mean, it didn't give us the videos of the thousands of people protesting, but we've seen those. We've all seen those. To actually just hear a couple Russians talk wrenched my heart personally.
I also find it crazy that some people are in Russia think it's a lie, that they don't believe.
It just goes to
Ukraine
show
actually
how
got blown
much,
up.
like in a rural city maybe especially, like I believe we watched a video that talked about, there is a portion of Russians who aren't really on the internet. They
Yeah.
get their stuff from TV. And there's a portion of Americans who are that way too.
Uh-huh.
And, if you only tune into one news station and they tell you that, that's what
You
you're going to
believe
believe.
it.
And it's tragic.
It's sad. I know they only showed one person saying that, but I'd like to know how many
Actually, yeah.
Russians
yeah.
don't know what's going on and think it's, oh, you guys are lying, because that's just as heartbreaking as the people thinking they're going to burn in hell
That's
for something they're not doing.
just as wrong as the
They don't
bombing,
even know
in my
what's
opinion.
actually going on. Like,
It's terrible.
that's fucking terrible.